What is good with y'all, YouTube? What is good with y'all, man? It is your boy Sean, known online as Sensei Trades or Sensei underscore on Instagram. 7-year experienced day trader, six-figure prop firm earner, and ranked Darwin Next trader slash hedge fund manager, bringing my talents to YouTube to show each and every one of you how to trade in a simple yet professional manner. So, it's been a slow week so far on GU, and I'm probably gonna call it a week. It's just to protect my risk, you know what I'm saying? There's no need to try to chase a trade, force myself to take trades or get FOMO when one event can have everything reverse against me. So it is Wednesday, February 19th. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a week here. So just because I'm done trading on any actual account doesn't mean it's time to get lazy. You feel me? Every day we back testing, we optimizing, and we're just sharpening the axe. So that's what I was currently doing at the moment, and I figured, again, why not turn the camera on and bring y'all along with me? So we gonna hit these charts. You gonna see what I'm thinking about as far as GU and what I'm gonna be looking to play out here the rest of the week. I'm probably not gonna touch my Forex account for my Darwin X program. I'm probably just gonna do it on my futures account, just cause I'm not even gonna lie to you, I stopped caring about that account. I'm gonna get it reset later in the future, but just for now, that's gonna be my test account. I'm trying to get even more accurate as far as my entries, so I'm trying to reduce my stop losses and have more faith in my accuracy. So I'm gonna pull my trading view up. You're gonna see what I'm thinking, and hopefully you can get a better understanding of how I trade and how I look at the markets. All right. So without further ado, let's roll. So what I am observing on GBPUSD, first off, let's jump out to the 4-hour just so you can get a good idea of what I am looking at. So I've seen an area of balance down here. So what I trade is the auction market theory, the theory that buyers and sellers are looking to transact at a cheaper and a more premium price to, make their money. So areas like this where you can see that price stayed within range for a good little bit, that would be considered a balanced market. Now, when you see that it is trending like this, that is an imbalanced market. And typically, when the markets become imbalanced, they are looking for more areas of balance. So, as we can see here on this previous area, we got displacement to the downside, or if you want to simplify it to support and resistance terms, you got a break of that low. So you got the break of that low, indicating that the markets are trying to push downwards on the imbalance. So if you trade on the 4-hour, that would have been a perfect entry right there for your SKC setup, which would have looked something like this. So it would have pulled into your 6-8 level and a little bit higher for some drawdown, but nothing to worry about. But so for right now, we use the 4-hour for long-term trend, and then we make our moves off of the 15-minute. The 15-minute is because we can get small pip stop losses and high pip rewards. So as of right now, let me jump back out for a little bit. So as of right now, we reached this 4-hour balanced high at, where are you at? 26938. Excuse me, 260. Yep. 26054-ish. And earlier in the week, aka yesterday and this morning, I at first looked for buys out of a displacement of a 15-minute balance that was located right here, but then that pushed up, came into my entry area on the Fibonacci. And as you see, it tapped the 6-8 level, but then it gave me this wick right here. So I did not like that at all. So I just followed my intuition and I closed the trade. But then later yesterday morning, I seen this area of balance and the displacement out of that. So I drew my fib like I normally do, and I called for the take profit at one of these two levels. It made it down here. I seen it was trying to reject, so I got up out of there to recover my losses on this trade right here. Then later in the day, I seen this area of balance here, and we got the displacement out of that as well. So I seen that it was in this bigger area of 4-hour balance, but I was kind of banking on the breakout. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but as you can see, everything held until today. So I tried to take entries here before I went to sleep just because this was earlier in the night. The first entry didn't come until 1:45 in the morning, if you look at the bottom of my trading view. And we got this decent push, but I was asleep, so I saw none of it happen. So by the time I woke up, price already fell and hit my stop loss. But I already wasn't risking too much. That was just 0.1% of risk. So $100 loss. So nothing too crazy. But now here we are. It is 3:24 p.m. on this Wednesday. And I seen this area of balance right here. If you want to grab these little bodies right there, you can as well. There's really no right or wrong way to draw your areas of balance. Really just look for areas where it looks like the market's played in between a high or a low for a good amount of time. You know, because in a trending market like this, you'll get the push, you'll get a little pullback, but then it'll push again. So price didn't really play in between two prices for that long. But here, as you see, you had some highs. If we want to make it technical, you had highs begin here, created some lows, kept creating lows at this price, came back, couldn't make any higher highs out of this candlestick range. Tried to here, but it wicked back inwards to then give us candle closures to the downside, also breaking the macro 4-hour area of balance. So now that is our indication to look for sells. I could have sworn I just had a rectangle somewhere. Okay, I'm just blind. So we'll just put it again. Right, so then I'm going to draw my fib from the top of that wick to the bottom of the newly formed low. And as we can see, I am getting entries on my 0.5 level. So that is where I would look to take my entries. And just to test my precision out, I got stop losses here at the 0.68 level instead of my typical 1 level. So just to put faith in my accuracy, I'm trying to up my precision, if I didn't say that already. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for. I call them 0 pip stop losses. When it's zero drawdown at all, you just get that good wick and it melts like this one up top here, where you just get that good wick and then it reverses and keeps going in your favor. I call those 0 pip stop losses, because at this point, wherever you had your stop loss doesn't matter. The markets didn't go in drawdown in the first place. It was literally all profit. You feel me? So those are the moves I'm trying to look for. All profit, 0 pip stop loss moves. Now, of course, you got to allocate some kind of risk to a certain extent. So obviously 0 pip isn't possible without literally a stop loss or moving your stuff to break even. So I'm not trying to hear it, YouTube police. I know what I'm talking about. Focus on your own trading. Let me teach, all right? How about you start a channel and you teach your stuff and prove that you're doing better than me to be able to teach it, all right? Anyways, so what I'm looking for here is a close underneath this 15 minute balance low. And honestly, I'm really just going to see how it's going to run over the next 2 days. I want to see if we can make it to this previous 15 minutes balance low or the high. Let's go ahead and put that as well. As you'll see, I am not perfect. So here we go. Fix that real quick. Boom. So that's really what I'm looking for. So 108 pips. If I could pull off an 8 pip stop loss for a 100 pip profit, that would be amazing. Now, again, I'm talking to my YouTube police. Do not be all up in my face talk about, oh, you're choking your trade. You must not have heard anything I just said before this point. But as of right now, it looks like we're getting pushes or getting a push into profits. I'm honestly confident in this one. There's just a lot of things in our favor. Again, we got the displacement to the downside out of this 15-minute area of balance. But then we also got the displacement of the 4-hour area of balance. So if this imbalance can hold, then we can look for this clean run all the way back down here. And if it decides to get shicey like that, we can look for these 4-hour, this area of balance on the 4-hour in the near future. That won't be till like a month from now. I'm not gonna lie. If you have the cojones to hold until down here, you have my full respect and you accomplished something I haven't yet. All right, so that's the analysis slowed down and broken down for y'all. So this one I may not call to the group just because I'm risking like a stupid amount. This is my degenerate account. This is one thing I do, right? I have 2 types of accounts. So I have the accounts that I take seriously, and then I have accounts where I just mash the button as much as I can. Because I'm not gonna sit here a lot of y'all. There's times I just want to mash the button without actually trying to manage my risk. So I'm going to allow myself to do that. Just not on accounts that I need to take serious. Just be smart about your degeneracy. You feel me? So I'm going to open an account. I'll even go so far as to buy a prop account just to mash the button on this trade. Just so if I do blow it, it's not an account that actually matters. I can spend $20-ish on an account. I'm not worried about that. It didn't take me 150,000 tries to get funded. So I'm gonna buy as many accounts as I want and blow as many as I want. But you, on the other hand, you might not be funded yet. So don't do that. Open you up a demo account and mash the button to your heart's content. But for the love of Jesus, please do not mash that button on your actual account. Please stay as disciplined and calculated as possible on your regular account. All right, so will this get cooked? Probably. Do I care? No. because this is just testing purposes, I'm not actually putting my money up on this. And if I do, it's on an account that I really don't care for anyway. So I might be giving y'all an update on the inevitable, but who knows? It might perfectly wick off and just melt. But I don't know. I don't care. I'm probably done for the week anyways. I think I might have said that already, so I'm not gonna repeat myself. So I'll come back when there's an update. So it is the next morning, and as you can see, I'm absolutely destroyed. So I am definitely glad that I decided to not trade the rest of the week, because I clearly would have been on the wrong side of the markets no matter where I would have put my stop loss. So now here is the behind the scenes of how to actually review your losses. Because most influencers, they say, yeah, I lose trades sometimes, and then just keep it pushing. No, you got to study your losses the same way you study your wins. You feel me? So this is what I see. Why did I lose? So first things first, I put too much trust in the higher time frame area of balance. So now if you can't see it, that's because I like my stuff to be invisible. And honestly, sometimes I'll delete drawings after I'm finished with them. But this area of balance here. So on the 4-hour, let's jump out real quick. Just to review, as you can see, price bounced back and forth within this area, meaning that buyers and sellers were happy to transact within these two prices. So, got the labeling all wrong on these. Let's adjust that. Oh, it's up here, slowness. All right, so my initial thought was that price was going to respect this previous 4-hour balance high right here. And that was the beginning of my first mistake. So instead of expecting price to reject this level, I should have just treated it as, say, like a reactionary area. So I should have expected something to go down within price tapping this high, and I should have waited on it, because if I did, I would have noticed that price was going into balance and wouldn't be so focused on the reversal. But secondly, I was wrong on news. So I thought news yesterday was going to make GBPUSD drop, but for some reason, the dollar gained strength on a bad report. So I am done treating or trying to use news as, say, directional bias, but more as just a burst of liquidity to either push my trade immediately into take profit or yank it down into stop loss. So just a couple adjustments that I'm making off of this one loss, right? Just walking myself through my approach, seeing where I could have maybe cut some things out, maybe have added some things. In this situation, there should have been nothing added, but things removed, because I also should have been a little more aggressive with my areas of balance. So instead of trying to just work my move off of this main one right here, right? Because this was the initial setup, looking like that. I should have really stayed on the markets, because then I would have seen this area right there, would have plotted my fib just like that. So that one would have missed, right? But I would have been in direction of the market. So that one would have missed. Moving on. Boom, I would have seen this next area of balance. And then look at that. Let us then let me make it all the way back for y'all. Look at that. We got us an entry here. There we go. Still can't see it. There we go. We got us an entry there and an entry right here. So I would have been able to have not even been in this trade at all had I just stayed aggressive like I normally do. Had I just continued to stay to the right of the charts, notice this area of balance being formed after the breakout, I would have updated my bias quicker and I would have been on the right side of the markets. Because had I been able to take my entry, let's just say at the 0.5, not even including the 0.68, that would have been a 15 pip stop loss. If you filled the entire fib, that would have been a 30 pip play. Let's check the end of the day. So by the end of the day, you could have cashed 63 pips. I could have cashed 63 pips yesterday had I been trading and had I been on the right side of the markets, period. Because due to this, I'm now sitting, if I didn't try to go for a smaller stop loss, I would have been sitting waiting on this and I would have gotten taken out at the start of the move. Crazy work. So that's just a few things that I have been able to observe from this trade setup, why I lost, what I could change in the future just to make sure I don't lose this same way again. Now, if you watch my previous videos, as y'all know, I do not trade Fridays, so I am not going to be trading today. It is February 21st, 2025, so I'm going to clean up charts here. We don't need this one or this one. So I'm not trading. So yeah, I stopped trading the rest of the week. I'll get back into it on Monday. But I am seeing, we can do this area right here. I'm seeing this area of balance. You got a high there, got a couple taps of the lows there, more unfulfilled orders up here, them wicks, or excuse me, that means the orders were fulfilled because balance remained here as well. And now we got the displacement back out to the downside. So that's how I will be looking. Enter your sells at the 0.5 and then just look to fill the fib for 1 to 2. Or you can remix it freestyle however you want and identify your own take profit. You could do the low of yesterday if you like 1 to 3s, whatever you want to do, you can do it. But just to keep it extremely simple, you could just follow the fib and it will always set you up for a 1 to 2. So once you got your setup like this, you can clean your charts up. Definitely not what I was looking to do. But you can clean your charts up. Let's do this right here. I will right, and there you go. So now you got you a clean chart. Let's minimize everything. You got yourself a clean chart. You can see what's going on, and you have all the notes you need to remember where you entered and where you're going. So that's going to call it for this trading week. So break even week, nothing too crazy, only like $100 of profit just because of the slowness in the markets and a couple goofy mistakes. So got to make sure we come back next week. I was finna say stronger, smarter, with more discretion and more focus on precision. So I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you learned how to evaluate your losses after you take them. And until the next one. May the bag forever runneth. May the bag forever runneth deep. See you later.